Welcome into my first college football win total video. How are we going to do this? We're going to start with division, and then we're going to go from lowest win total to highest win total in that division. We're going to start in probably the worst Power 4 conference, the ACC. We're going to start with Stanford. Stanford has a win total of 3.5. Now, as we look at Stanford's record, I have 2 guaranteed wins for Stanford, and that is Week 2, they are home against Cal Poly, and Week 14, they are on the road against San Jose State. I got that as guaranteed 2 wins. Problem is, I got 7 guaranteed losses on the schedule for Stanford. I got a loss. Week 1, home for TCU, I think is a loss. Week 5 at Clemson is a loss. Week 6, home for Virginia Tech is a loss. Week 7 at Notre Dame is a loss. Week 8, home for SMU I have is a loss. Week 10, at NC State I have as a loss. And Week 12, home for Louisville I also have as a loss. So we're 2-7. We got 3 games left. We got to find 2 wins. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. And these 3 games are Week 4, they're at Syracuse. Week 9, they're home for Wake Forest. And Week 13, they're at Cal. Now, I'm giving them Wake Forest at home. I think they can clip Wake Forest there. That's a far, far travel for Wake Forest. So I think Wake Forest will end up losing that game. So we got 3 wins for Stanford. Now, this is where it comes down, the whole win total. It comes down to these 2 weeks. It's Stanford at Syracuse and Stanford at Cal. Can they win one of those games? I lean no. I think it's more likely they lose both than they win one of those games. So I'm going under for the sake of this video. Like if I had to pick one, I am going under, but I am not betting this. This is how these are going to work. I'm going to tell you what the most likely outcome is, the most likely number, and that's most likely to give me a pick of over or under. And I'm going to tell you whether or not I'm betting it and whether or not I'm betting a lot on it or how much I'm betting on it. And I think the most likely outcome here for Stanford in this season is 3 wins, and I think 4 is more likely than 2. I think because they can maybe clip a TCU at home. Probably not, but they can. They can maybe clip a SMU at home, and I mean that's going to be more on how SMU looks, right? If SMU is playing to how well people think, playing as good as people think they are, there's no way in hell Stanford wins that game, right? They can maybe clip a Louisville, although I think Louisville's better than they were last year. And Louisville had a strong finish to the season, so I can't see them winning that game. Ultimately, I got a 3-9 season. I am not betting this. I can see them winning 4. They could clip someone somewhere, but also the travel. And I know there's a lot of people that like Stanford's over their believers. They were believers last year. That did not work out. It is a weaker conference, but the travel, I don't think enough people are talking about the travel for this team. Their travel schedule is insane. They got to go to Syracuse, to Clemson, to Notre Dame, to NC State. That's not great. That's unheard of. That's something we've never even seen before at the college football level. So, for my first win total pick, I am going under on Stanford's 3.5. Not betting it though. I'm Joshua C.